If Guitar Hero, Rad Racer, and Tron Legacy had a threesome, this game would undoubtedly be the love child. And yes, that threesome was as awesome as it sounds. Just how? Every once in a while, a game comes along that's so good, you'd think the developers had a window into your soul to understand what makes you tick. Skywarp72 here, and I'm not even feeling slightly violated after abstract games peered deep into my soul. And once they got past the black void and crippling anxiety of it, realized that I liked Guitar Hero, even though I was really terrible at it. Then they saw that I liked Rad Racer. I was really good at that. Staying with the 80s theme, they saw my love for the Tron aesthetic. Not so much the 83 movie, but yes, the 2010 sequel that I will still say is the single most underrated movie of the last decade. Finally, they realized that since I discovered 80s retro synthwave about a year ago, it's been my go-to genre of music ever since. Abstract Games threw all of this into a blender and made a game. And then had the audacity not to tell me about it. Enter Music Racer, the uninspired title to what is an addictive and beautiful game, and today that's what we're going to be reviewing. But before we get started, I need to get one thing out of the way. Music Racer was originally a mobile game that you could play on your phone, and it's been ported over to console. There is no storyline, the controls are mind-numbingly simple, and if the aesthetic isn't your thing, it can be pretty repetitive. All of this, however, is reflected in its price on the Xbox Store, as it's only a $7 game. Keeping in mind it's ported over from a mobile game, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly Music Racer has to offer.
Wow, this might be hard to drive with such a huge throbbing erection.
First up, as with any game, are the graphics. How does it look? If you're appreciative of the aforementioned Tron aesthetic, or just retro-looking racing games, you're in luck, as Music Racer has this look in spades. Each of the 14 tracks included feature their own uniqueness, their own look, that actually changes on most tracks according to what song you choose to race to. Pick a track and a song combo, and it could be kind of flat and a little bit of elevation change here or there and kind of slow-paced. Pick the same track with a different song, and it could be like a high-speed roller coaster, all the while the game assaulting you with a dazzling light show that would give an epileptic nightmares for years. Second up is gameplay, which, due to it being just a simple mobile game, is limited at best. Plan on only using the left joystick to switch the car in between lanes to collect the nodes in a Guitar Hero fashion. You cannot speed up or slow down the car, as the music actually does that for you. Music selection is a mix of house and 80s retro synthwave. While the selection of 30 or so songs isn't for everybody, it does very much adhere to the theme of Music Racer. Although I think they missed the mark in not having some old 8-bit style music present from games that influenced this, like Rad Racer or Turbo Outrun. Third is a biggie with us car junkies, and that is car selection. While gameplay may be a little bit of a letdown, Music Racer makes up for it with a selection of 25 cars, a good portion of which are either 80s or carry 80s themes to them, including the DeLorean from Back to the Future, the Interceptor from Mad Max, KITT from Knight Rider, and with a little of imagination, Sideswipe from G1 Transformers. It also carries 80s production cars as well, like the Toyota AE86, and a Pontiac Fiero, the likes of which I haven't seen in a game since Forza Motorsport 4.
Ah, oh, that's hot. That's hot.
Rounding out the plus sides of Music Racer is while the gameplay is super simplistic, you will never get the same track twice. And it's fun just to go through all the combos of different tracks and different songs, seeing how each one will vary in size and shape depending on the song you pick. And also, since it's just a ported mobile game, load times are nearly non-existent. The negatives on Music Racer is a pretty short lot. There seems to be a glitch sometime on some of the flatter tracks where you can blatantly see that you hit a node and it won't count, robbing you of earned points. The default settings won't let you properly steer the car from lane to lane, so plan on playing with settings until you can maximize your gameplay. Lastly, if you're an achievement whore like me, plan on doing some serious grinding to unlock all the tracks and cars, as that's where the bulk of the achievements come from. So far, the most points I've made during one race has been about 2,700 points, and it takes a whopping 100,000 points just to unlock the last car. To sum it up, no, Music Racer isn't for everybody. But for myself and other players in my circle of friends that have a true appreciation for everything 80s like GTO Daddy or UNR Grimm, this game will be a guilty pleasure to fill the time in between Forzas, and at its $7 price point, you don't have much to lose. So what do you guys think? Have you played the game yet? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. Some DLC would be really cool to have, maybe adding more tracks, songs, and 80s cars, you know, like Ecto 1. Twice I actually reached out to Abstract Games and got no reply, sadly, so hard to tell when and if anything is ever going to come for this game DLC-wise. Stay tuned for more vids featuring the game. Subscribe and hit the bell icon if it's your first time here, and feel free to join the Cruisers Gaming Facebook group, Cruisers Discord, and if you should find yourself in a position where you would like to help the channel grow and would like a quality printed vinyl window sticker for your car, consider joining the Cruisers Patreon. I thank you for the support, and I thank you for watching, my friends. And remember, those friends, they're the family you get to choose. I'll see you next week, fellow Cruisers.